Here we are, everyone. Welcome to our third match of the day. And spawning here, the Mexican Terran player for TvP Gaming. This is RoRrO.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of our Amanda side LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss. He is blue, representing Eximius Gaming. It is MasTeR, aka Zeda Rabiola. It's like pasta, mate.
Is it? I don't know, mate.
Nah, that's what it sounds
I
like.
do not know Portuguese.
Yo, I
Did
see
you
Rabiola
know-
and I think of ravioli, okay?
Did you know that I started to use Duolingo?
I did. I saw that on your, I believe, Twitter. You were posting about it.
Yes, I started to use Duolingo like 2 weeks ago to learn Portuguese.
Oh.
You know, I cannot say. I can now confidently say that eu não falo português. I don't speak Portuguese.
Nice. Beautiful. And then you're done. You don't need to learn anymore. You're good.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I need. Yeah, man. Speaking of being done, like here we see MasTeR being very cautious of any proxy location that RoRrO may have been doing.
Yeah. Makes sense that he does scout around the edges of the map to make sure RoRrO isn't being too cheeky. I mean, especially because like I do consider, at least currently, MasTeR, he is a bit of a more formidable player. Like, he has done incredibly well, especially against some of the other players in Brazil. We recently did cast, I almost said Gladiadores, but Executor and MasTeR did fairly well there against his kinsman.
Yes, he finished in the top 6, I recall. Top 6 or top 8, something like that. And what's this? What is this pylon positioning, mate?
Yeah. Oh my god, he lets it finish. Oh my god.
I mean, your pylon is supposed to look like a building, right? Or an add-on or thing like that. But that reactor is only like, it's only decorative, mate. It's not doing anything much more than this.
Yeah. Interesting decision there by MasTeR by throwing down that pylon, allowing it to finish. Another interesting thing is that RoRrO did avoid going for a Reaper, went for a Marine first instead. Of course, that was scouted. That will mean that RoRrO, he has a little bit less scouting information, so he doesn't know about this Twilight Council.
Yeah, definitely not going to see that Twilight Council. And on the other hand, interesting building choice by RoRrO, mate. He's going for a 1 barrack, 1 factory, but no starports. I mean, where's your starport, mate? Oh, nice. That Widowmine kill and Stalker.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. There we go. The starport does begin here. The first couple of Widowmines are already out. Because of how late the starport is, it looks like it should be a 4 Widowmine drop. So it is going to be, a little bit more committed, a little bit later, to be fair, but there's still a lot of potential with this. I wouldn't even be opposed to, like, say, RoRrO throwing down an armory behind this as well, to be honest.
Let's see. I think this Widowmines, he just wants to be, he just want to reposition in interesting parts of the map to check any units that are passing through. Not trying to make a drop of them, probably.
Yeah, what's interesting as well is that, man, he's already got a lot of Marines here. He could just try and send it across the map, mate. Like, I've seen players just go with whatever they have, even stimulus, and then try and catch their opponent off guard, like transitioning and stuff like that.
Look, this is how I can tell that you are not a Terran player, mate, because what you say is suicide. I mean, I would have believed you if shield batteries didn't exist.
Okay.
Shield batteries are very good, man. You have no idea. I have seen Stalker survive the attack of 3 tanks with 1 shield battery.
Oh yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, the drop is getting across the map. The Marines, they stay at home, so we do see that for now they were safety Marines. I think what was odd to me is that there was no bunker with this. It's just straight up Marine. It's like, all right, cool, we're good. And the medevac is headed into the main. There's no unit to spot this though, and the pylon isn't ready.
Yeah, no units to spot this, and actually RoRrO's units are coming across the map, mate, and they won't be here to defend against this.
that they will
Widowmine
not.
borrows.
Yeah, the Widowmines, they don't do too much damage. One Widowmine did connect in the middle of the map with a Stalker, so nicely done. One Stalker did go down. But this is dangerous because these Marines, they don't have any other. Oh, the move command!
Oh,
no!
God, oh my god, that move command made.
Oh, God.
That's one free Stalker, and now RoRrO knows that Stalkers were coming to attack him, so he can be ready.
He can be. I'm just, where's the bunker is what I want to know. He knows that there's an army outside the base. He still doesn't have stim. He doesn't have combat shield. He's like, mate, Marines just aren't that great right now.
Let's see, mate. This is a lot of Marines.
Sure.
Okay. Here we go, mate. The blinking starting to happening. Yeah. He only lost a couple of Marines. The steam is about to be done. Only a few more seconds. Oh, another Widowmine detonated in MasTeR's base. 6 more props went down.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The Widowmines, they went back in. It's going to be difficult to find too much more damage as that medevac is so low. Meanwhile, what's important
Can you give me a minute?
Yeah.
Give me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's so important that these Marines, they survive long enough for Stim to finish up. There we go. It is done. And now he is pushing on forward. He is able to force these Stalkers back. Oh my god. We do have some nice macro here. These Stalkers, of course, they have Blink, and we even have the War Prism on top of that, but it's just not good enough, mate. The Stalkers, they get pushed away. RoRrO, he defends beautifully, and he only lost a couple of Marines. As we quickly look at the units lost tab, only 18 Marines have gone down. All the Marauders survived. The Ravens survived as well. All of those gas-intensive units. Meanwhile, oh god, MasTeR's coming back in, but he's got to be careful. He did bait out a stim, so nicely done there at least. And this War Prism is still alive, so he still poses a threat when it comes to at least slipping into the main base or continuing to warp in more units. I think
I'm back, mate.
Oh, welcome back.
I'm back. I received a call. I thought it was something important, but no, it was just people trying to sell me more things.
Oh god, I just love telemarketers. Oh my god.
Yeah. By the way, the War Prism fell.
It did. The War Prism does go down, and now RoRrO, he can breathe easy. He doesn't have to worry about any kind of backstab in his main base.
Yeah, now that I come back, that I see that RoRrO is still alive and he's accumulating supply, I'm guessing he defended very well against the Stalkers.
Yeah, he bought enough time for Stim to finish, and once Stim was done, then he could definitely trade against those Stalkers. It was a little bit risky, and he did lose a lot of Marines, but he didn't lose his Raven, didn't lose the Medevacs or the Marauders. Like, he did well holding on, and now it's his opportunity to counterattack across the map.
Here we go. Counterattack is happening. He has a lot of Marauders with this army, mate. That's how many Marauders? Let me quickly check. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 Marauders. That's a lot of DPS versus this, specifically this Protoss army, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no charge lots. There are only Stalkers and Colossus and XD, mate. This is the ideal army for RoRrO. Everything is going down. The Nexus does finish. Overcharge is being used. Oh, and just barely MasTeR pushes away RoRrO.
Yeah, but that was a nice trade that RoRrO did, even though he lost quite a few infantry. It was only infantry, man. It was only infantry, and he killed, I believe, 1 Immortal and a couple of sentries as well. So yeah, the Colossus is still alive, which is like the important part, and that MasTeR needs to keep alive at all costs. Yeah,
the problem is that, again, Colossus, they're not that great against Marauders. We've seen time and time again Marauders just hunt down Colossus. So desperately, MasTeR, he needs to warp in some gateway army, some gateway units. He needs a buffer.
Here we go. The second attack of RoRrO is coming up, and I'm not sure if MasTeR is going to be ready for it.
Yeah, again, he just doesn't have much here. The robotics facility is being focused down. It does go down. Meanwhile, the Colossus are able to push away the army, but not before losing that production.
Yeah, super important. He lost the robot. No more robotics units for a while, including the aforementioned Colossi. And without splash damage, the Protoss army usually has a very bad time against the Terran army.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, meanwhile that Widowmine actually snuck back in and is fighting even more damage, sniping a Stalker where he can. I'm a little bit concerned though, because RoRrO is giving MasTeR some time to get back into this, to rebuild the army that he lost, to rebuild that Robo and get everything back up and running. Oh.
13 workers down with those 3 Widow Mines, mate. RoRrO has been really good at using Widow Mines this game the whole time. Not only defensively, but also offensively.
Yeah, exactly. With those 13 probes going down, MasTeR, he's so far behind in terms of the economy. Finally, he's trying to clean this up. Oh my god, can he catch up to the medevac? Mate, up. Finally it goes down, but there's still Widow Mines. Oh my god, they're scuttling back in. Okay.
Oh, poor little prop. He never stood a chance. And look, there comes another prop to the Widow Mine below the ramp.
No. Feels bad, man. Meanwhile, I want to quickly have a look at the production here. We have 2 Raxes on these tech labs, and that's how he's been able to produce so many of these Marauders. Mainly Marauders, barely any Marines. We even have some Vikings in play as well. I do like that we do have a Disruptor coming out for MasTeR. I don't know if 1 Disruptor is going to be enough though.
There we go, double prone attack. The army coming straight to the third base. Meanwhile, I have a huge drop coming into the main base.
Yeah. Oh god, there's nothing here in the main.
The Forge, mate, he's going straight for the upgrades.
Oh god, the Forge is gonna go down. He will deny +2 and GG gets called.
What a nice performance by RoRrO.
Yeah.
I mean, I can no longer say confidently that he is the underdog in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm honestly impressed. I'm very impressed with how he played out that series, or that game, I should say. Oh, and with that, he takes the lead in this series. Oh boy, and it looks like we're getting ready, we're getting set up for the next one. I did also get confirmation Mood did take down Slayer's MVP. He is currently mid-series versus Ryu. And we're just diving straight into it.
Here we go, mate. Game number 2 is about to start. Lightshade Ellie is going to be our map. I'm gonna say that this is one of the most like what's the word I'm trying to say? Even maps in a TvP, in my opinion. Like there's not like a big spot that you will say, oh, this is really good for Terra, and oh, this is really good for Protoss. No, for TvP it's fine. It's fine. There's enough room for everyone to exploit.
Yeah. Has slowly become one of the more standard maps.
And here we go, everyone. Welcome to Lightshade LA, and spawning here the Terran player who is currently up 1-0. This is RoRrO.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Eximius Gaming. Currently down in the series, even though he was the favorite. Man, what's going on? It is MasTeR. Also, interesting note, RoRrO joining TSUP Gaming. Interesting.
This is new, right? I believe this is this has been for a while. Let me quickly check his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, before this he was on Team GDA for the longest time. I believe he left Team GDA earlier this year. So yeah.
Yes, okay. He joined GDA on July of last year. And left on March of this year, then joined TSUP in, what is this? April. May of this year. May.
Yes.
Yes, I was counting with my fingers, you know, it's like January, February, March.
All good, mate. All good. So yeah, pretty interesting that he did join the team. It's pretty cool as well. Like Eon was on it earlier today. It's cool that T-Sop is still active looking for these players. I'm sure they're still very active when it comes to the amateur like team league scene as well.
Yes, it is one of the most prolific teams that you see play on team leagues like the Alpha X team league, which I believe it died. I don't think it's happening anymore.
No, it does not. It doesn't happen anymore. It was not the Alpha X. It was the Alpha Team League. It was actually
that one.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? It basically run by the same people.
No.
Wait, no?
The Alpha Team League started years ago before Alpha X was even a thing, mate.
I always thought that Alpha X was like involved in the organization of it.
No, it was just the name was called Alpha Team League. And then I think a year ago, Alpha X actually sponsored Alpha Team League. That is what happened.
That may be it. They saw the connection. They saw some easy money there.
Yeah. Oh god, but yeah. F's in the chat for Alpha Team League. Honestly, like they were a great team league. We were even a part of it like years ago. Like when it comes to competing, it's a great website.
Like you should make a team league.
We did. What are you on about? We had OPL.
No, but for Latin America, I mean.
We had the Oceanic Pond League, mate. What are you on about? One of the best amateur team leagues out there.
Didn't the CranKy Ducklings won it 1 year?
No. We didn't win. We won VTL, Validity Team League.
I remember hearing you say that you won something sometime.
Yes. OPL was a little bit later. Who won that? I think Gosu Crew won that. Yeah. Sorry, Born Gosu won that.
I like the way RoRrO is using the Widow Mines as a defensive tool. Like I will try to incorporate that into my usual play because I think Widow Mines are currently underrated, mate.
Underrated?
Yes, underrated. I don't think they're used as much as they probably should, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of potential with them. I think the problem, especially at the highest level of play, is that Widow Mines rely on your opponent to micro, right? To like, otherwise they'll be punished for it. But at the very highest level of play, like you do see a lot of like, especially like Korean StarCraft, like they can deal with Widow Mines, then the Widow Mines lose their efficiency. But there is definitely a place for them. I agree. We'll see if MasTeR is going to be able to adapt to that, right? Like he just had game 1 where he had to deal with so many Widow Mines in his face, and it looks like RoRrO is playing very similarly here in game 2.
Yeah, let's see how much ready he is for game number 2. He's making observers at the moment, so no Widow Mine shenanigans is probably going to fly by him. And he's pulling stalkers everywhere in case Medivacs are coming in, which by the way one is.
Yeah, unfortunately his stalkers are in the main base, not in the natural. Only 2 stalkers here. It looks like the Widow Mines will be able to burrow in time, and maybe we have a 3rd stalker warping in. Oh.
There we go. Medivac flies in. The first one doesn't detonate. The second one only kills 2 probes. Yeah, only 2 probes down. The Medivac went down as well in the main base. I believe the Medivac scouted the robotics bay facility.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me quickly check, and he did see the robotics bay. So, yeah, honestly, nicely done for RoRrO, right? Like, sure, the Widow Mines didn't deal too much damage, but he did get a lot of scatting information with that.
So Funara for source in the chat because apparently he wants to join the CranKy Ducklings, and he's saying he's cheap. Just saying.
Shaking my head for sure. Shaking my head. Funara for sure is in the chat. Oh god. Meanwhile, another Widow Mine does get a stalker in the middle of the map, but it does go down. Ooh, nice snap on the observer with that Raven, as now MasTeR is the one with that map control. But he's not really going to be able to do too much here, or he shouldn't do too much here. He doesn't have any high ground vision. He doesn't have the opportunity to like blink into the main or anything like that.
He now with the bunker now for RoRrO, I think RoRrO read better this map than the last one. With bunker ready, the Raven ready, he doesn't have a chance to make damage. RoRrO can sit comfortably and start and follow and keep macroing.
Yeah, he definitely does. Meanwhile, a couple of Marines go down, but again, not the biggest of deals. I think what's very different about this series, about this game, is that MasTeR, he rushed out that robotics bait, and he's getting Colossus so much faster.
Yes, it is -6, mate, and he already has 2. A third on the way. Thermal Lance is also on the way, plus 1 attack about to finish, and more importantly, mate, Charge is also nearing done. Charge is like one of the most important upgrades that a Protoss can do against a Terran player, just because of how tanky those Zealots are made. It's incredible how much they can hold. I also wish that my tanks cost 100 minerals.
Oh god, exactly. And I don't know, man, like I do like how MasTeR has adapted so far, but like going this Colossus heavy against this composition, I'm still not convinced. I kind of feel like Disruptors may have been a better option, but I also understand that Disruptors are like, there's a bit of like chance involved there as well, because if your opponent splits and the Disruptor did nothing essentially. And I'm also concerned just because like we have 4 Colossus coming out. Like, is this Shaq D? Like, did Nano like did he like coach MasTeR here? Like, wait, you know, 4 Colossus, that's more than enough.
I mean, they probably play together a lot, mate. Those two are the best Protoss players in Brazil, so who better practice partners in a PvP than the other good Protoss players in your country?
I guess. Oh boy, there we go. Disruptors production does start now. We even have the Templar archives on the way for those High Templar, for those Archons as well. Oh boy, we'll see what RoRrO does here. I don't really know if there's really a way to push into this. He does have a Raven. He does have interference matrix available to him, but he only has 1 Raven.
Yeah, without Vikings is very hard, mate. That's a lot of Colossi, that's a lot of DPS. Unless you can surround them somehow. If you maybe surround them, you may have a chance, but without Viking, yeah, not a chance. Your best bet is exactly what RoRrO is doing, which is trying to drop everywhere and try to pull your opponent by pieces, you know, limb by limb, instead of a straight-on fight. Because MasTer's army is starting to get, like, scary.
It really is. It really is. It's just rounding out really nicely. What he is lacking, I would say, is gateway units. He doesn't have like a decent army to protect his high-tech units, but at the same time, he doesn't need them right now. Like, RoRrO isn't applying too much pressure. Sure, he's dropping, he's denying the 4th. This is actually going to be the 2nd time he denies it. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, I almost get 1 medivac. That medivac survived with very little HP. And meanwhile, RoRrO is attacking on the other side. He's going to destroy the robot once more.
I'm getting deja vu, man. Oh god, RoRrO, I love it. He has like this way of playing this matchup, and he just sticks with it. He's like, yo, I'm gonna dive in, I'm gonna dip in, get the robo, then dip out. That's like his plan every single TvP that we've seen so far, and honestly, I love it. Right? There's no big commitment. He just snipes what we can, and he just gets the hell out of there.
Ooh, is RoRrO's army going to get caught? Yes, it is. He steams and runs for his life, loses 2 Marauders. Nothing more. There's still medivacs to heal them.
Yeah,
Not much problem. How many Vikings does he have at the moment? He only has 5, which seems a little low for the amount of Colossi that MasTeR has.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, we do have another Widowmine drop here in the natural base, but it looks like the Widowmines will get picked off. Sure, they get a Stalker, but no economic damage. At the same time, here comes the main army, and this is what I was worried about. Oh my god! Oh. In the end, the Disruptor shot did pull back.
There's actually very little infantry army like here for Gateway army for MasTeR, so his units were very exposed for a minute there, but luckily RoRrO didn't manage to get them, and now the Gateway army of MasTer's come back, and mate, he's destroying everything.
Oh yeah, he just destroys everything there. He shuts down so many of these medevacs as they try to escape, and sure, a couple of the Colossus went down, but there's still so much remaining here, and this time MasTeR, he crushes the army, he counterattacks, and there's barely anything left for RoRrO.
Oh, nice shutdowns on the Colossi. That would have been nice like 2 minutes ago, because at the moment doesn't matter, mate. MasTeR has too much and RoRrO too little.
GG, and MasTeR ties up the series 1-1. And that's the MasTeR I'm used to seeing, mate.
I think RoRrO gave MasTeR too much leeway. He didn't punish at all the how quickly he went for Colossi and how little gateway units he had.
Yeah, I think what's important is that he scouted that, right? Like I think what's important is that RoRrO did scout the early robotic spade as it was being built, you know, just before it finished up. But he didn't really respond to that. He's just played out the regular game that he did in game 1. He didn't adapt.
God. I'm looking at the bracket. Luciano 2-0 Halfrid.
Ooh, okay. I dig it.
That's a spicy result, mate. Like Luciano, previously known as Macro Marauder.
Oh, that's Macro Marauder. Oh my god, really? Oh my, wow.
Yes, he 2-0 Halfrid, and it was not a wall cover. It was a clean 2-0, mate.
Wow, that's impressive. Macro Marauder, he was more of an amateur player last year. I mean, he was Masters, to be fair, but it looks like he's slowly going up the ranks.
Also, Light, I have bad news. Neo versus Kamikaze are playing at the moment, and the winner is gonna play versus Tavo.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned that at the start of the day. It was most likely that Neo and Tavo would face each other, and yeah. That is something that we also coming there. Oh my god, and unfortunately, Jarpy did also 2-0 Shelby. So Shelby has already been knocked out of the tournament.
No, Shelby. It's okay. He's now free to run his tiendita.
Yes. He can make more money. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oof. So yes, we are getting set up and ready for our next series. Sorry, for the ace match in this series. And I also have to keep an eye out on a couple of things. I may just message a player. Ooh. So the winner of this series goes up against Saberlight in the next round, which is great and all. But I do think I want to hold Ryu's next match. Because he's going to go up against...
Yeah, Ryu versus who?
The winner of Ranger versus Luciano.
I mean, Luciano. If Luciano could manage to take out Halfrid, like Ryu is not so far ahead, to be honest.
I mean, he's miles ahead, man. What are you on about?
Anyhow, welcome everyone to 2000 Atmospheres, map number 3, and spawning here, the Mexican Terran player playing for TSOP. This is RoRrO.
Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Extremius Gaming. It is MasTeR. Oh boy.
Let's see what these two players bring out to this map. I don't think RoRrO is going to change his ways, and we are still going to see like heavy Widowmine play from him. What I would like to see is a little more like early aggression with his infantry. You know what I mean? I think MasTeR is a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, I completely agree. Which is, we were just talking about it, right, for the last game, where RoRrO, he scouted how greedy MasTeR was being, and he didn't change anything, right? Which is what is concerning to me. We'll see if he can adapt here in the ace match, because that's what he needs to do, because that's what MasTeR did. So that is why I'm a little bit concerned, but again, we'll see if he can change things up. This will be his last chance, potentially, as again, single elim, you know, there is no double elimination bracket to fall back on.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, mate. We'll see how it goes. Personally, mate, who do you want to see move out?
MasTeR.
Why, mate?
Why? I want to what's the word? promotes. I want to I love that MasTeR has been a little bit more active. RoRrO is kind of the player who has been a little bit more quiet. Every now and then he shows up for an event, sure, but he's not very consistent. So I would love to reward, that's the thing, reward like the consistency of players, and how much more dedicated they are to the game. It would be great to see RoRrO move on here, but MasTeR, like, he's been around here, he's been on that grind, he's been playing an Executor, playing on these weekly events. So yeah, personally, I want to see MasTeR do well.
Well, let's see, mate. Game number 3 is the game that he can try to do it on. And, ooh, that's a nice change for RoRrO, mate. He's going for a 3 Rex.
Ooh, okay, let's go. 3 racks opening here. It's gonna be on MasTeR to try and scout this. At the moment, he's opening up just like he always has, and that's a little bit scary. He does see the first couple of Marines, but honestly, this is just how RoRrO's been opening up. Or this doesn't look any different to the previous games.
Yes, I wonder if he's going to suspect when we reach like -6 or 7 of the matchup, and he doesn't see any Widow Mines in his face, like.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big tell. Oh boy. I'm a little bit concerned here because MasTeR, he isn't necessarily known for his scouting. He is throwing down a decent amount of gateways. You know, we have 3 extra gateways being thrown down, but I don't see a sentry yet, you know, for a hallucinated scout or anything like that.
Yeah, no sentry. The robo is only just barely starting, so he won't have any clue about what's happening for quite a few minutes, and he's going for concussive shell for the Marauder, and Steampack just starting. So yeah, are we going to see like a 2 base 3 racks all in by RoRrO?
Oh yeah. I think what I love is that he is prioritizing concussive shell and Marauder production, just because like we've seen how Stalker heavy MasTeR has been, and this army composition is going to do so well against that. Which should do well.
I'm not sure if I like the move out so early by RoRrO.
Like your stim isn't even halfway done, man.
Yeah, is he going to reveal his hand too early, maybe?
Is it too early, or is it at just the right time? We'll find out, because right now, no, there's plenty of Stalkers. Oh god.
Yeah, there's plenty of Stalkers. Blink's about to finish. Oh, yeah. He did realize I was afraid for a second that he was going to lose the Warp Prison. But no, the Warp Prison survives. And now, mate, I don't like it. Almost Blink Stalker versus Infantry that has no Steampack and no support. This is not a good trade, mate. What are you doing?
Mate, this is not a good trade at all. RoRrO just threw away his massive army lead. Barely any Stalkers went down. Only 1 Stalker went down. And now MasTeR is going for the counterattack. And sure, Stim is about to finish up. But mate, you just lost your army.
Yeah, what are you going to Steam, mate? Like.
And Blink is done as well. What's scary is that sure there's a bunker here, but MasTeR doesn't have to push into the natural. He could just blink into the main. Oh my god, here we go.
A lot of Stalkers, mate, and the SCVs are not being pulled. The bunker is going to fall.
Oh god, the bunker falls, the Stalkers are pushing on forward. We're gonna need to see like the boys being pulled at this point, but the Marines are going down, and RoRrO, he just needs to buy time. That's all he needs. And MasTeR, he is taking his time, but oh god, now he's pushing in.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter, mate. There's a lot of Stalkers, a lot of Blink Stalkers specifically, made, and there's no medivacs, there's no tanks, there's no Widow Mines, there's not even a bunker. I feel the CGG, mate. The medivacs are not even going to come out.
Oh my god, the starport gets focused down. What an unfortunate position for that production. We do have a couple of bunkers being turned down, but the aggressive Blink forward, all the units go down. Every single unit. There's only a single Marauder and a Marine remaining, and GG gets called.
RoRrO had the right idea. I don't know why he decided to walk out with his army.
Yeah. I agree. Like, right? Like, if he had just waited at home, waited for his upgrades. GG.